Okay. So let's talk about host to post first, and then we'll get into charting and everything. So host to post is not something you have to do, but it is a huge tool that I've used to grow my business. Now, we didn't have it at all when I got to the rank that I'm at. I'm double diamond, Chase is diamond, and I got there just by posting, messaging, and following up. So it is not essential, but I will tell you, when I started host to post, my enrollments quadrupled, customers and distributors. So what it is, and sometimes we do them in just the best team ever people, which is a smaller group. But lately, the ones they've been doing in Vision Casters are like so much better than we could do because we've got more money pooled. This past month, how can I get rid of this gum? Hold on. This past month, we gave away an Apple Watch, $100 Target gift card, a Launch curling wand. The last day of the month is the Louis Vuitton purse. Now, the super cool thing is all that stuff is really girly. If someone wins and they don't want the particular prize, they can have the cash option. And that Louis Vuitton purse is over $1,000. So somebody, just for making a post for you, can win $1,000 one time. They'll PayPal it to them and they've got that money. So still though, you will be so surprised that 50% of the people you talk to about doing it for you still won't post for you. It's fine. Just move on because you're going to find people to post for you. Okay, so right now in Vision Casters this morning, they announced that it's a $5 buy-in. And they also said this, we've never done this before. This is super cool. So any of your new distributors that want to get in on it, who start April 1st or after, they don't have to pay to get in, and they can do it. They can just do it all the month of April. So I thought that was awesome. They don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm in a chat with the leaders of it, and they're thinking it might be a MacBook if we get enough money. So they're going to do at least 2. And they said one would be a little bit smaller, one would be a little bit bigger. But I think they may still do one every Friday and the big one the last day of the month. So what I normally do to get people to post for me is I just made this super simple post last month, one time about the giveaway, one time about the Louis Vuitton purse. And I did not even get a chance to message all of those people back because so many people commented on it. So I will tell you though, when you first start doing it, they're going to be like, she done lost her dang mind. She ain't giving away no $1,000. But so you may not get as much response as I do right in the very beginning. But when they get used to seeing you post about it over and over and congratulating the winners and all that, then they get to realizing, hey, this is for real. So I'm not going to show you the post. It was just so simple. It was just one of those colorful background posts. I would show it to you, but I'll have to scroll forever because it was at the beginning of the month. And I said, we're doing it again. We're giving away a brand new Louis Vuitton post. Comment your birthday for a chance to win. And so when they, or comment your birthday and I'll message you to confirm your entry, something like that. So when they comment, I take it by chunks. I don't message everybody in one day because there is absolutely no way that I could keep a handle on that. So I do like 25 at a time and I keep track of it. I'll like their comment once I've messaged them so I know where to come back to. But anyway, so I would message them. I would send them a screenshot of the post they commented on and say, hey, I saw your comment. I don't even know if I wait. I don't think I even wait to say, are you ready for the details on that one? I just say, here's how it works. I give you a post to post on your wall. You get one entry just for posting it, and you're actually going to be entered to win all these prizes throughout the month just for posting it the one time. Are you ready for the post? And so I may give them a post about products. For me, Thermofite and coffee works best. Is that what you've been using too, Christy? Which one do you think works best? Thermofite?
Thermofite X, absolutely.
And do you use that same script that Allie lined out for us? The one that I was like.
Yeah, sometimes I just put, it's just real easy. 2 pills a day, 30 pounds gone, 90 days. Who wants to try it?
Yeah.
That one, or if you could take 2 pills a day and lose 30 plus pounds in 2 months or whatever, 3 months, would you do it? Those 2.
Yeah. So it's super simple, no picture. And so that person, to get their entry, would post something like what she just said. And then their friends that you're not friends with are going to come behind and comment. Sometimes they'll post it and won't get any comments. They still get an entry. Sometimes they're going to get 50 comments. They still get one entry. So then what you do is you friend all of the people who have commented. Because if you are messaging a bunch of people that you're not friends with, Facebook is going to think you're a spammer and they're going to block you from messaging. So make sure they accept your friend request first. Sometimes I'll even go back and say, hey, I sent you a friend request so I can fill you in or something like that. So they'll know to look for it and they'll know who I am. Because the post doesn't say anything about me. It just says, would you do this if you could lose this weight or whatever? And I'll also go back and on the post, I'll say, thank you so much, Julia, for helping me spread the word, so that they'll see my name and they'll see that I'm associated with Julia. So you friend all the people, you message the people the information. You may or may not get a sale that first go around. Sometimes people buy on the first go around, but keep in mind that 80% of sales happen on the 7th to 12th follow-up. But the magic of this is that you are friending people, expanding your network with people you already know are interested. So if you continue to do your job, giving them good stuff to look at and following up with them, they're bound to come around eventually. So the other flip side of that is you can have them post about the business. And I've enrolled so many distributors through this. And the distributors usually take a little bit longer to come around because it's like, they're entering into this business relationship with you and they're kind of trying to decide if they want you to be their coach or whatever, their mentor or whatever. But I've enrolled a lot of distributors this way too. Does that make sense? Does any of that blowing your mind, or still don't even know what you're talking about? What do you guys think?
Believe it or not, I got it this round.
Yay! So I actually keep everything organized in here. So let me just show you guys real quick how I do organize it. Can y'all see this pretty well?
Mm-hmm.
So this is my hosts. This is the people who have commented on their post. And you'll see here, some of these numbers are circled and some of them are not. I don't circle it until they actually post. So if they're not circled, I'll go back and say, hey, did you decide not to post that post? Totally fine if not. I just didn't want you to miss getting your entry for the $1,000. And sometimes they ignore me. Sometimes, 25% of the time, they'll be like, oh, yes, I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll go do it now. So following up is worth it for those people who said they would post and didn't. So I've got the host numbered numerically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then over here on the people who commented, their number corresponds with whatever the host number was. So that's how I keep it. Mine's real simple. And then I've recently added a little checkbox because every single person who hosts for me is going to get invited into this business at some point. So from from about a week to a month out, just depending on what I have going on, I'm going to go back and I'm going to offer the business to all these hosts and maybe some of the people who commented too. So you've got to have some sort of system though, whatever you decide, because it will quickly explode. But I do want to caution you guys, this will take over your life if you let it, because there is always work to do. There's always people waiting for your message and you feel like you've got to hurry up and message them or you're going to lose them, but it's just not the case. Have your set hours and tell yourself, I'm going to work at this for the next 45 minutes or 2 hours or whatever time you set, and stick to it and put it down and walk away. I'll tell you, one time I did, the very first time I ever did business host to post, I was like, well, I'll do these. They're probably not going to get that much response anyways, because I was going out of town the next day. And I knew I wouldn't have a lot of time to work it. And it exploded. And I didn't get back to those people. I didn't even message them for the first time for a whole week. And I still enrolled 2 distributors from that little spurt of business host to post. So that's my disclaimer. Do not let this run your life. You got to run your business. Don't let it run you. Any questions about host to post? Okay. So do y'all want to talk about a few tips outside of host to post, or do you guys want to talk about charting and promotions next. We'll do both, but what do y'all feel like hearing about?
Can we stay with the posting?
Yeah. So for me,
Because I will get confused.
everybody. Oh, did you have specific questions, Stacey, or just like tips about posting?
No. Yeah, just
Okay, so everybody is going to do it a little bit differently, but they're all going to follow the same core 4 puzzle pieces. So if you take any of those puzzle pieces away, it's going to fall apart. So make sure, and we'll go back over all of these, but posting, messaging, and don't puke in your mouth a little. We're going to do it in a non-annoying, non-salesy way. So posting, messaging, following up, and expanding your network. So expanding your friends list. So host a post takes care of most of that, right? You're expanding your network. I mean, you still got to post on your own page, but that is a form of posting. So you're expanding your network, and then you got all those people to follow up with. And what else did I say? Posting, messaging, and you're messaging like crazy off of it. Yeah, so it takes care of so much of it if you get into host a post. Okay, so for me, posting, I try, my goal is every day to post at least one thing about business related, one thing about a product, and one thing about something that doesn't have to do with It Works. So my goal is at least 3 posts a day covering all 3 of those categories.
Hey, time out.
Yeah.
So when you say business related,
Mm-hmm.
kind of give me an example of that, because in my mind, business related is product related too. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about something that's going to appeal to someone who wants to join your team. So yeah, the product posts are too, but in business posts, I actually made a post. I'll show you guys. And this is a work in progress, but I want everybody to have a pool of awesome posts to use or to just have as inspiration. So if you go to the Best Team Ever page, I made this one today that says Bomb Business Post, and this one right here that says Bomb Product Post. So I've got one coming that's going to say Bomb Algorithm Boosting Posts, because that's another thing. But if you go there, so it might just be as simple as if you could turn $99 into $15,000 in the next 3 months, would you do it? See where it's more talking about making money and the blessings that this has given you. It may not even be about money. It may be, we may take a picture of us before we get off of here on this little thing, and you may make a post that says, oh my gosh, I just got off of my team's training and I am so pumped. I am getting this $15,000, or you don't have to say it. I am so pumped. This team is awesome. Just something about the business that's not product related. But I put, I think, 25 examples in there this morning. So
yeah, I read some of those, and they are really good.
Okay, good. So that is what I mean. So for me, like, for instance, I don't know if you saw this post today, but I just took a picture of my kids, and then I laid my emails over the top of it where I get a notification when I enroll someone. And it says, it's never been a better time to work online. So many of my sweet family has checked in worrying that business would slow down for me. It's honestly never been so busy. Zoom in and check my week out so far. And then it goes on to say, I encourage you to find what you love and find someone to partner with that loves what they do, blah, 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 blah. So then, of course, obviously a product post. And then this one right here was a business post. It said, if I could meet up with 2014 me, I'd kiss her in the face. She said yes to an opportunity she found on Facebook. And then it just talks strictly about the business and the blessings it's brought my family. Now, a lot of times when you're brand new, it can be like, well, what can I really say? Well, I haven't made a dime yet. You know what I mean? So if you're looking at people who've been in the business a while, their posts are going to be a little bit different. But you can take that and use it as a template for your story. So just plug in, whereas they may have already done it, you are excited to accomplish it. So your excitement and your consistency over the products and over the business is what's going to be so magnetic to other people. So if you are constantly posting about product, you're going to enroll customers like crazy. And if you're never posting about product, but only about the business, you're going to enroll distributors like crazy. But we need both, because we can't grow a team and promote without new distributors. And if we're signing distributors all day long and nobody's enrolling customers, we don't get paid a dime. So does that clear that up a little bit, Stacey?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So product, business, and something that doesn't have to do with it works. Somebody told one of my friends in the business today, she said, what would you say to encourage her? And she sent me a screenshot of something one of her new distributors had said. She said, she's like, I think she got started around the same time you did, Dana. And she said, I feel like I'm going to have to be someone I'm not to promote this business and these products. And I'm like, no, you tell her that whatever it is, that whatever light she has to shine in her is going to add to this team. And we don't want any cookie cutters. We want you to just show the world who you are, because who you are is going to relate to a different group of people than who I am and Christy is, Rachel is, and Stacey is, and Dana is. So one of the tips that I heard that I loved is find 5 things that make you you. So for me, they are so simple. It's my dog. I love Jesus. I love my boys, twin moms. I enroll twin moms like crazy, and golden doodle moms. I mean, things like that. Find 5 things that make you you. Positivity. I love Jesus, my family, my golden doodle, and my twins. So simple. It doesn't have to be elaborate. You don't have to be a world traveler. If you look at my page, it's nothing but that, and it works. So when you can continue to show that consistently, you're bringing in these people from host to post or wherever you're expanding your network from. And if you can continue to show the world who you are, they're going to fall in love with you, and then they're going to fall in love with your products or the business because of who you are. You're like, not, somebody said one time, I don't have a life outside my cats. And I said, oh my gosh, we don't have a cat lady. I mean, I was so serious. We need people who are going to be attracted to, cat ladies want, to be healthy and feel good too. So, they do. If y'all can find a cat lady, I'm going to give y'all a bonus. Let's get a challenge from tonight. Y'all go find a cat lady. So posting, product, business, algorithm boosting posts. Do you guys know what that is? I've talked a lot about that, but you may have missed it. So it's just stuff to make people comment. So those things that are like, I'm tired of hearing about the coronavirus. Y'all show me something good. Show me a picture of your fur baby or something like that. One of the big ones recently that gets so many comments is, do you do the flu vaccine? Would you do the coronavirus vaccine? And that is so controversial. You'll get arguments going back and forth about it and everything. But I try to do like 2 of those a week. I don't do like every single day, but it just keeps Facebook thinking you're relevant when you have likes and comments like that on a post every now and then.
I had all kind of likes and comments on a post this morning, or comments, not necessarily likes, but
what was it?
I was being a smarty. I said,
the grocery store.
Yes. I said, do I need anybody's permission to go to the grocery store today?
I loved it. I thought it was cute.
So did you have ugly people chiming in, or were they all
laughing? What happened? Let me tell you a little backstory here. Yesterday, me and Chris went to Lowe's. Yeah. And there was a bunch of pissed off people on my Facebook because I went to Lowe's yesterday. So, like, I was getting all kind of hate mail in my inbox.
Oh my goodness.
Yesterday. So I just had to ask them, did I need their permission to go to the grocery store today? But I didn't go to the grocery store.
It sounds like you boosted your algorithm, so you.
I did, but then I deleted it because I thought that's being ugly.
But you shine that ugly light, girl. You shine it.
No, I don't want to be ugly. I'm making it to heaven, girl.
I'm just playing.
You'll get there, Stacey. I promise. I love you.
So. Posting, that's got posting, I think. If y'all got any specific questions about posting, I could really talk for 2 hours specifically about
Okay, so I do want to ask this, and because this is what I was taught elsewhere, and see what you think. So in my other business, we were always told, like, your team, your people, obviously I'm friends with the people on my team, you guys and all that stuff, but they always said, like, if you see one of your teammates or whatever has posted something, at least like it to keep it boosted. Is that true?
I mean, it does help. I mean, what you will find though is that when you do that all the time, you are going to see nothing but it works people on your timeline.
Okay.
So then you have
Same
to
thing
consciously
with paparazzi. When I was selling it, that's the only people I saw.
Yeah. So there's actually a button right here. If you on an iPhone, it's like this, these three little lines right here.
Yeah.
And you go to, it's just recently changed. See more, maybe. I'm looking for something that says feed. News. No. Most recent. Okay. It used to say feed first, but do you see where it says most recent?
Yeah.
So if you click that, it actually orders your timeline for a few minutes. It'll go back to the way that Facebook thinks you want it. But for a few minutes, it'll put it in the order of what's been posted the most recently.
Okay.
So then that gives you fresh people to like and comment on.
I didn't know
yes, if I ever, if y'all don't see me liking and commenting on your stuff, it's not because I'm not. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I very rarely spend time scrolling. I mean, I really don't. I make it a point to comment on my potentials stuff and go directly to their page. But if I scroll, I get lost in the scroll hole. So I just don't. I mean, I really
agree.
But yeah, we all are a big family, and we in the beginning I tried to friend a lot of It Works people so that I would have that, you know, and we could support each other. But now I've already reached my 5,000 friend limit. So I will follow people, but I can't friend them because I have to unfriend people every day because I'm bringing new people in through Host to Post. But yeah, we definitely do that. And I don't think every team harbors that, but it is kind of a company thing.
Okay.
We try to do. Yes. Okay, so posting, messaging. Okay, so outside of Host to Post, how can you message? One of the ways that I really like to do it in a hey, you need to lose some weight kind of way is I'll say, hey girl, I am setting up what are we going into? Spring product reviewers, and I would love for you to have a spot. Can I send you the details? And some people agree, some people say no, but some people say yes. And I'll say, all right, here's how it works. You get my 40% discount, and all you have to do is try at least one product a month for 3 consecutive months. Can I send you, or would you like to see my openings? And then we have that all listed out for you. And it's like, number 1, grow your hair out. Number 2, drink coffee that aids in weight loss. Number 3, I don't remember what 3 is, maybe clear up your skin. But it's got like 12 different solutions, not products listed out, but solutions that we can offer, all the way down to tightening a turkey neck, I think is number 12. And then they'll come back with like 5 different ones usually. Have you done that one, Christy? They'll come back with so many numbers. And then
I haven't done it in a while. I haven't done that in a while.
Because you're so busy with other things. And
The
promoting
TFX and all. TFX, I mean.
Yes, the Host Post is great. But every once in a while, I just need to change the pace and 2, like, okay, so sometimes I use that as a follow-up. If the conversation has kind of gone cold, or I've decided they're probably not joining as a distributor anytime soon, then I'll switch gears and offer something different. And then also you can message about the business straight up, like, hey girl, and a lot of people will tell you, like, you got to build a relationship first and ask them how their kids are doing and ask them if they've got the coronavirus yet. But as soon as you switch gears and you go to the business, they're going to see right through that whole shallow conversation y'all just had. So for me, I just cut to the chase, and I do try to make it personal. But if I'm just straight up messaging someone about the business, I'll say, I've used this since the very beginning. I'll say, hey girl, I love seeing pictures of that brand new puppy. He is so adorable. I got a question for you. Have you ever thought about doing what I do to make extra money? I think you'd be great at it. What do you think? Since the very beginning, I've used that, and it works. And so when you guys enter into a conversation with people about product or about the business or whatever the case may be, if you've never had that question before and we've not had the opportunity to give you the proven wording, even if you feel like you know the answer, it's going to take you longer to figure out the answer than it will just be for me or Christy to like type. Because here's what I got going on. Okay, so let me show you something. So I got Rachel's pulled up right here. So if she said, tell me about the thermophyte, I would say TFX price, and my phone automatically knows what to say. So when I hit this space bar, there it is. So
it's life-changing. Text replacement is
Okay, so I need to know how to do that.
Yes, you do. So see, all that information is right there. So on the days when I'm brain dead, I don't even have to think.
I've already done it.
It's amazing. So there's a post. There is a post, and I'll tag you right now, that has all of my most used text replacements in it, and it tells you how to set it up. And let me do that now. So if you go to Best Team Ever and search text replacement within the group, you'll be able to find it. And it's this one right here that's bright pink. But who wants me to tag them?
Me, Stacy.
I've got my replacement started, so.
Awesome. All right, you're tagged.
I love it. It is awesome.
Rachel, you got it? You want me to? You do already have it. Okay.
I'll unmute.
Okay.
I already have it.
Awesome. Okay, so that'll walk you through how to set it up, and if you need any more wording to add to it, just let us know. All right, posting, messaging, following up. Okay, so follow-up is key. Most of your enrollments are going to happen on follow-up, and that is where people, hey, how are you? That is where, that's really going to separate the men from the boys, really, because that is where people start to be like, I feel like I'm bothering them. You're not bothering them. So follow-up, honestly, is an act of love. You initiated this conversation, and they were interested. So we have to love them through the process of not leaving them and deserting them before they're ready. So follow-up can be, hey girl, you want me to get your order in today? Or, every day saying, hey, you ready? Hey, you ready? Hey, you ready? Or it can be so much different. It can be, hey, I just wanted to touch base with you. I wasn't sure if I told you before. Those starter kits are only 50% off for 2 more days. Are you thinking that you're going to do this? It can be so much more loving than, hey, are you ready? Hey, you ready? Hey, you ready? And then, like I said, one of my favorite things to do is if you've been following up with them a while and it's just not going anywhere, just switch gears. One thing you can do is just ask them to host a post. Just something. Offer them something to keep that line of communication open, to keep you in their mind. And then, okay, so let's just say they're interested in thermophyte, and you give them a thermophyte host a post. Well, every single time somebody comments on their post, they're thinking about thermophyte again because they get a notification. Or, maybe it's going to get them realizing how easy this business could be if they post one post and get a bunch of comments on it. So I love my follow-up to be asking them that. So we talked about all the 4 things: posting, messaging, following up, expanding your network. And then the 5th puzzle piece is just helping your team do all the same thing. So any specific questions before I share my screen and we talk about promoting?
I've got one thing to add about expanding your friends list. I go at night sometimes when I have time, I'll go through my stories and I'll check everybody's story, or not everybody's. Okay, I'm on call tonight and I was reading what my charge nurse sent me. So no surgery's going right now, so I probably won't get called in. Thank you, Jesus. So at night, I'll go through my stories and I'll make a point to comment on as many stories as I can in about 20 minutes. Just say something nice, about their post, maybe 3 or 4 words, and they always respond back, and that boosts your algorithms too. Mm-hmm. And also, I'll go through where it says people you may know, and I will go and I will friend request 20 or 25 people a day, just I don't even know them, but they've got 37 friends in
I do
common
that.
with me. And everybody accepts those. And I'm getting a lot of friend requests now because before I did this business, I didn't let anybody on my page that I didn't know.
It was me.
Nobody. And so now I've got close to 2,000 friends. So, and I'm getting friend requests every day. So I know it's really helping by doing that. And I also went to the homeschool sites that I'm in and started requesting a bunch of those people. And so that helps too.
Yeah, those 5 things that you pick that make you you, golden doodle pages, twin mom pages, all that. I friend from those groups as well. Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So, y'all want to talk about promoting? So I know Christy is in this for big money. I know Stacy is in this for big money. We've talked about this. Rachel, I feel like when we talked before, you were like, if I can make $200 to $500 a month, I'd be super pumped. Are you still feeling like that?
Yeah.
Because that's totally fine. That's what I started for too. And Dana, what are you in this for? How much money?
Same thing. I was in my other business for that Christy got me to sell in this. So I'm for the big money.
Big money. Okay. So Rachel, your goals are no less important than everybody else's goals. We want to help you get exactly what you want. And so I'm going to show you guys the charts so you can wrap your mind around exactly how to get $200 to $500 a month. And maybe in the process, you can be like me where you just totally skip over $200 to $500 a month. And you're like, this can be so much more. This says my connection is unstable. What does that mean? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, tell me if there's a problem. So, but if not, if you just want to click along at $200 to $500 a month, we can do a happy dance with you. All right, give me just a second to screen share. Desktop share. All right, can y'all see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So, y'all gonna see all my conversations here for a second. Okay, so this is eSuites. You guys all know that. Y'all been there. So I'm going to pull up executive chart. So I would love, not it. Executive printable business. Is this it? That's probably not it. I'll have to go to my files. It's making me log in. I'll just do it here. Downloads. All right. All right, y'all can see that?
Yep.
Okay, so this is executive, and this is the first promotion. Everybody starts as distributor. And so it says average earnings for an executive is $231 a month. That is average. It can be less, it can be more. It's all based on product moving in your, from yourself and your team. So if you get the bare minimum, it's going to be less than that 231. Can y'all see my cursor moving?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. I'll use that for a pointer. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, a lot of y'all may not know what GV stands for. So I'm just going to go over all types of volume. So you're talking about like the abbreviations and stuff that we use. This will clarify some of that. So volume, every product we have has a specific volume tied to it. It's really close to the actual dollar amount in most cases. So for instance, ThermoFight is $36 for a loyal customer, and you get 30 BV for it. That stands for bonus volume. So there's different types of bonus volume. Bonus volume is like humans, and then we've got different types of humans, right? We got different races. So bonus volume is the general term. So then underneath that right here, y'all see GV. That stands for group volume. And then we also have personal bonus volume. So you'll see that abbreviated PBV, personal bonus volume. So personal is any orders you make yourself plus any customers that are directly underneath you. Now, if you don't have any distributors under you yet, everything is personal bonus volume. Everything is directly under you. Group volume, however, so if you guys were my entire team, my group volume would be everything I order, all the customers I enroll, everything Dana, Stacy, Rachel, Christy orders, and all the customers they enroll. So group volume is every bit of volume that's moving on your team. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, so if you understand that, you'll understand these charts. So you are here, so your name would be there, and then boxes are going to be filled in with your distributors' names. So to get to executive, you need 2 distributors, and both of these distributors need 400 group volume. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go to Ruby, which is what Christy just promoted to. And y'all, they have cut our charts in half. So we're so excited about that. About 2 years ago, they made it easier to promote. All right, Ruby is an average of $474 a month. Could be less, could be more, but all the Rubies on one particular day, they averaged them, and that was what they came out with. So you already had 2 distributors at executive. You add 1 more. And y'all, I don't know why they swap terms here, but qualified leg is the exact same thing as 400 group volume. So distributor 1, distributor 2, distributor 3, 400 group volume, 400, 400. Okay, that would add up to a total group volume for you of 1,200. Is that right? But if you look up here in this paragraph, executive wasn't like this. There was not anything up here for executive. All you needed was 400 and 400. But for Ruby, you have to have a total group volume of at least 2,000 with 400 coming from here, 400 coming from here, and 400 coming from here. So does that make sense so far?
Yes.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What does it mean under earnings from your team's activity? 10% on your first 2 levels, 5% on your 3rd and 4th levels.
So
what is a level?
That is basically where this comes from. So your level 1 would be, you would get 10% of the BV. That's basically how they calculate the money that's being made. Plus, of course, your fast start bonuses and all that stuff too. So level 1 would be any customers directly underneath you and any purchases made by this row of distributors. Level 2 starts with the customers directly under these distributors. And then if these distributors had distributors, those people would also be level 2. So each level is made up of a row of customers and a row of distributors. And you don't have to know any of that to promote, but if you're just curious of how you arrive at that amount, that's where that comes from. Now, there's also something not listed here. When you enroll the customer yourself, whether you place that customer or not, you get an extra 5% on top of what it says here.
Hey, I have a question before we go any further.
Sure.
So I am new and I'm executive, right?
To get to executive, you have to have
you have to have 2 people. Okay, so I'm just whatever.
Distributor.
Distributor, yeah, I'm just that. So, and I have Carly under me, and I have like 13 loyal customers now.
Mm-hmm.
So, do I get paid off of those people yet?
Yeah, you don't have to promote to get paid. So
okay.
Every
That's
single month.
the question I had. I was like, oh, am I getting paid
Yes,
yet?
you don't have to promote to get paid. You just get paid more when you promote.
I gotcha.
And each time that you promote, if you do look at this paragraph here, you'll see that it opens up another level that you get paid off of. And when you get to Emerald, you get paid indefinitely. But the cool thing is, like Christy, you don't even have a level 4. Like, you haven't built that deep yet. So
Right.
Usually you're getting paid on everything as you promote. It just keeps, the reason they do it that way is it keeps someone from getting to diamond and then stopping working completely and then still getting paid on all the work of their team without working. So it's kind of a good thing. Okay, so while we're talking about getting paid, let's talk about what gets you commission qualified each month. So the first month you enroll, you're automatically qualified for a commission check no matter what. If you sold 1 bottle of Fat Fighters for 25 BV, you would get a little bit of money if that's your very first month of enrollment. After that, you have to do one of 2 things each month to qualify for a commission check. So if you see the abbreviation CQ, that stands for commission qualified. This is where it gets a little hairy and people are like, okay, you're going to have to explain that to me again. And I'm like, I'll explain it 17 times if I need to. So to be commission qualified, you have to either run an 80 BV auto shipment for yourself or have 150 personal bonus volume. So Stacy, those 13 loyal customers that you have probably are about, just for instance, if everybody ordered the minimum order of, well, let's just say 30, that's the average, like 13, that's 390 personal bonus volume right there. So it doesn't take much to get to 150. So let's just say so if you decided I'm not going to run an 80 BV auto shipment for myself, I'm going to see where I end up at the end of the month. If you had 140 personal bonus volume and you're like, oh, I almost got it, now what? Well, you can just place a small order for, we don't have anything for 10 BV, but you can just place a really small order and then that would put you at 150.
Okay.
But a lot of times, like my brother, he's a distributor and he does use products, but he's been a distributor for a year and I think he's placed 3 orders and he's an emerald. So you don't have to like spend a bunch of money at all. So let me go over that again, just in case it's a little bit hazy. To be commission qualified, you have to either run an 80 BV auto shipment for yourself or have 150 in personal bonus volume. That comes from the loyal customers directly under you, added to any of your orders. Okay, so if you are going to commission qualify yourself, if you know you're going to use 80 BV worth of products, or maybe you're going to order it to sell it or whatever, that auto shipment has to run on or before the 25th. And if you're going to run it on the 25th, you can't go in and set it up that day. So you would have to set it up the 1st through the 24th. So I don't want you coming to the 25th and it being too late. Okay, so Ruby, every single promotion, all the way up to the very top of the company, making $32,000 a month as an ambassador, that chart is just made up of a bunch of rubies. So if you can achieve Ruby, or at least even if you just understand Ruby, you can get anywhere, because all you got to do is help people get to Ruby. All right, so I'm going to pull the next chart up, and what the first thing I want you to see is I want you to find the rubies. When y'all see my screen, do y'all see the strip of y'all? Is that blocking part of it?
Do what now?
Can y'all see that whole chart?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can't see y'all because y'all are on my side right here. All right, so what you see there is you've got a ruby and you've got a ruby. So, well, I was fixing to cover up my screen like y'all could see that. But in your mind, if you cover up that bottom row, that's what we just looked at as Ruby. So you had 3 distributors under you. And now 2 of those distributors are going to go Ruby. And then this one here can still just be a 400 box. That's what we call that. So 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400. Now, I will tell you, you guys are rare. I was just telling Christy this the other day. I said, you have, maybe that was today. I said, the majority of your team is like pulling their own weight. It's amazing. All you guys are enrolling people. But the cool thing is, let's just say this person, this person, and this person were the only people really enrolling anything. So what you have the freedom to do is you can enroll a customer and place it under the people who are not getting to 400 on their own. You don't lose any commission by doing that. You do help out a dud sometimes. I mean, sometimes I enroll somebody and they never do a dang thing, and I have to build them a little bit of a check in order for my check to go up. But if it's going to make my check go up, I don't mind blessing them with a little bit of money. So, I mean, ideally you would have, 9 workers under you, but it just doesn't happen that way usually. Quite often you're going to enroll people who don't do anything. And so you just rejoice in the fact that you've got that box filled, and then your team works together to get the volume they need filled, and then it happens. So let's go back up here. So I know this seems like a really big number, but it will happen so fast. my brother who just reached Emerald every month. I'm talking like from executive. He was like, well, I just don't ever see how I'm going to get 800 BV under me. But if you say so. And then, I mean, he keeps enrolling and it keeps happening. And still, even now, he's shooting for diamond and he's like, I just don't see how I'm ever going to get 10,000 BV. But if you say so. And I'm like, I do. Just keep pushing. All right. Any questions there? So the next one is diamond. And diamond is where
That's where I'm going.
Yes, quickly.
I'm on my way
Yes,
there.
ma'am.
That is where the $15,000 bonus happens. The $15,000 bonus, I believe, is paid out over a 12-month period. So they break it into chunks and pay that out to you each month. And okay, so all of you guys, well, Christy started on Groundhog's Day, so all of y'all would have been at some point after that. So you get, did everybody start? No. Dana, you started in April, didn't you?
No, in March.
Stacy, you started in March as well. I know Rachel did.
Yeah, I started March the 9th.
Okay, so all y'all have until
I think it's like March, second week of March, I think. I've got it wrote down. But
it don't matter. As long as we know
March
it's
the 11th. March
Okay.
the 11th for Dana.
Yeah.
So basically they give you, see, Christy was ready to enroll on February 1st. And I said, no, we're going to wait until February 2nd because you're going to get all of February for free. So Christy has, they give you your first 3 full months. So that first month, that first partial month is just like free time for you. So Christy has until March, April, and May, the end of May to get to Diamond to get the $15,000 bonus. That's right, Christy. Isn't that what we said? I got all these different dates floating around in my head. March, April, May. So if you guys started in March, your whole March is free, and you have April, May, and June. So you have all the way till the end of June for the rest of you guys to get to Diamond to get the $15,000 bonus. So to qualify to even work towards getting that bonus, we want to make sure that all of you have enrolled 6 loyal customers this year. So even like if I wanted to work towards one of these big bonuses, which I am pushing for triple for myself and double for Chase, no matter what rank you're going for, you had to have enrolled 6 loyal customers yourself this year to even qualify to get it. Okay, let me show you Diamond. So Diamond is just an emerald, like we're looking at here, plus a ruby. So Diamond, there you are. So average Diamond income is $2,000 a month. Your total group volume would be 8,000. And then you've got an emerald here, which is just made up of 2 rubies and a 400 box. And then you've got another ruby here. And then you've got a 400 box up here. So remember in the very beginning, we had 1, 2, 3 distributors. It was very rare that those 1, 2, 3 distributors that you start with are going to be the people you end up having in these spots. And what I mean is, let's go back to, okay, so let's just say you thought Susie here was going to be your ruby leg, but then Susie enrolled Sally and Sally took off and she got to ruby before Susie did. So then you just kind of take Susie out of your chart, put Sally up there. As long as it's someone in that leg, you're not locked into it being the first 3 distributors you ever enrolled. Does that make sense? That's kind of comforting to me because the first 3 distributors I ever enrolled, I don't even know where they are now. So go ahead.
I was just giggling.
Oh. Actually, Donna, I think, was one of my first 3. She was my second, I think. So I do know where she is. So, okay, that's it. So you never need more than 3 legs. See what I mean? So you got leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. And then here's your emerald. They got 3 legs. 1, 2, 3. And then this Ruby's only got 3 legs. 1, 2, 3. So a lot of times I'll see somebody, they'll get to like this point and they're like, I just enrolled this amazing person and I know she's going to do great things. I'm keeping her in my top line. I'm like, all right, but that's really dumb. You don't need another leg. So it would make more sense to stack those people under where you need them, because the cream will always rise to the top. So, because remember, if Sally does better than Susie, then she just takes that place. So don't ever feel like you have to figure out on your own where is best to put these people. Christy asks me like 17 times a week, because that's how often she enrolls people. And that's what I want, because I want to be able to teach her and teach you guys as we go what you want to look at, so that you can teach your people what you need to look at each time. So I know a lot of people, sometimes they're like, I just want an answer. I don't need to know why you think it. But then sometimes people are like, tell me all the thoughts running through your head. And whether you want to know my thoughts or not, I'm going to tell you, because you need to know, because you're going to have a team under you one day. And so it goes on more and more after this. So there's double diamond, triple diamond, presidential diamond, ambassador diamond. And then on beyond that, it's not even on the income chart, is black diamond, which means you've earned a total of $100,000 a month for 6 consecutive months. So there's only a couple people who've done that, but hey, why not? Let's shoot for it. But there are hundreds of ambassadors at $32,000 a month, and they are in our direct upline, and they give us all our tips and tricks. So I just try to follow them all.
They're making $32,000 a month?
Yes, Amy Spence is our direct ambassador upline. My sponsor, Lindsay Bishop, she still makes pretty near that, even though she's struggled really bad with postpartum depression for the last year or so. And so she hasn't really worked her business, but she's got all of us under her, and she's got April Warner is another strong leg under her. And so she still gets paid really, really well. And then Amy makes ambassador pay. And then above her is Allie Antonacci. She's an ambassador. Above her is Chantel Lyons. And all these people tell us what works for them. So, I mean, it's just amazing. $32,000 a month. So this is $2,000 a month. And then beyond that, double diamond is $4,000. I have where did I put that? I know I put it here. Was it in Money Makers?
And Jeannie, you're a double diamond right now, correct?
I'm a double, and Chase is a diamond, almost double. Yeah. So my high, I'll just tell you guys, I don't mind telling you, my highest month ever was $12,000 a month. Pretty fun.
That's pretty nice.
How sweet.
Show you guys the income chart. Oh, and if you guys haven't been through these yet, this is a work in progress, but I just set up these units to help with your new distributors. So it's like step 1, step 2, step 3, and it gives them like everything they need to see in the beginning. But I'm gonna do videos and stuff. I go along with it too. But here's the income chart. There you go. So it's average monthly income. So Christy started on, sorry, I got the burps. Started on Groundhog's Day, and she just promoted to Ruby in, what is that, 2 months?
Yes.
And so some of the things you'll hear us say is, so-and-so is structured for Emerald. So if we say structured, that means they have all their boxes filled in. All the distributors are in place. Now we're working on volume. So they don't officially promote until all the volume is in place. But if you hear us say someone is structured for a certain rank, their chart is filled in. I've had you guys for a long time.
So is there somewhere we can get like a blank chart, or do we just make our own?
Yes, you guys need to, here's what I recommend. Print out the next rank that you can achieve and the next rank. So if you're a distributor, print out executive and Ruby. Go ahead and print all the way out to diamond, because that's your ultimate goal. But be filling in both of those. I mean, fill in all of them if you want to, but I would definitely have, you know, if you're brand new, I would have the executive and the Ruby somewhere hanging in your house where you see it every day. But yeah, so if you go here in eSuites and click on document library, oh, that's why the executive chart's not even in there anymore. If you just type in the rank, you can download them right there. Ruby rank chart, Emerald rank chart right there. Yep. So I will hang out with you guys as long as you want to hang out and ask questions, but that's pretty much everything in a nutshell, honestly. So I'll tell you guys, we in the Vision Casters 2020 Vision Casters page, they do new distributor trainings in there all the time. So keep an eye on that page and you'll see those, and they'll give tips and tricks, a little bit different probably than the way I deliver it, but basically the same. And a lot of times they'll like interview people who have just achieved certain ranks, lots of great information. When I first started, we didn't have the capability to do these lives or the Zooms or anything like that. It feels like it was ages ago when I talk about it like this, but we had conference calls just 6 years ago, conference calls. So I remember laying in my floor. My kids were so spoiled. I had to lay in the floor beside their bed and put my hand on their back. They were 3. To get them to go to bed, and I would have my phone to my ear listening to those calls, but I didn't miss one. And I knew the information, but I would be on them because even though I knew it, hearing it again helped me be a better teacher. So every time somebody that I looked up to was doing a training, I was on there if I could be. And still, I try to listen to at least one training a day. It might be 5 minutes, it might be an hour that I have to break up into little spurts. So Vision Casters is a great resource. Best Team Ever is a smaller page, and it's my team, and I put everything that's working well for me in there. I don't even know how many thousands of people are in Vision Casters, but it's a great page. So every Sunday night on our CEO's page, Mark Pentecost, they do a It Works family call, and that's where you'll hear all of our huge announcements most of the time. Well, not this past time it wasn't. They announced the BOGO in the middle of the day, but a lot of times there's huge announcements there. It's Sunday nights at, I wrote this down for another reason earlier. It's either 8 or 9, but it's on Mark Pentecost page. If you set like to get notifications every time he posts, then you'll get it. And then on Monday nights, they do what's called a Show Me the Money call. And that's where they interview an actual distributor about their story and tips and tricks and stuff like that. Oh, and they have this cool new thing that they've started, and they're doing it twice a day, every day, Monday through Saturday. Where if you've got someone who just wants more information, like they just want details. I guess I can stop sharing my screen. It's itworksfromhome.com, and you can send your potentials there to hear about the business. They do it at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. and they'll be live on there. I don't know how to stop. There we go. That's all I got. But seriously, do y'all have any questions at all?
No, but this was very, very, very helpful for me to put my eyes on it and hear somebody say this, and that, because I'm a visual person and I'm a hands-on person. So.
Well, I know we had talked about meeting in person, and that, of course, didn't happen. So I'm glad that we did this too.
Yes. Thank y'all so much.
You're so welcome. And Christy, I know it's so helpful, but any of you guys who need to come directly to me if you can't get her, or, you know, if it's just a question I don't know, you are welcome to come to me anytime. I know she's in surgery sometimes.
Christy, what is happening over there at your house?
Oh, Cotton.
Our neighborhood has a prayer meeting outside at 8 o'clock every night.
Oh.
Pray and turn our flashlight on. They run the packs and to make sure I was out there.
Well, get out there.
I'm gonna go too, y'all. My phone's dying.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Y'all have a good time. Next week, y'all need anything. Bye.